Hi everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and today we have a Noreen's Kitchen basic for you. Today I'm going to show you how to make a classic choux paste that you would make cream puff shells or eclairs or churros or croquembouche or gugeres or so many other beautiful desserts that are classic, elegant, and delicious. Today we're going to focus on cream puff shells, and I'm going to show you how to make the basic choux paste batter, and I'm going to show you how to bake it so you get results like this. Let's go see how this all comes together. Okay, we're going to start off this video. I have a photograph of my ingredients set up. Unfortunately, the camera was malfunctioning at the time that we took this, and we thought it was on and it wasn't. So we're just going to go ahead and do a little ingredient overview for our choux pastry with this photograph. This is really simple. It's the same type of batter that you would make cream puff dough with, and that's what we're making today, is cream puff shells. But you can also use this to make eclair shells, gugeres, which are little French cream puffs, beignets, profiteroles, croquembouche, so many things. Also, Mexican churros are made with a very similar dough to this. So really, you need very few ingredients. You're going to start off, and today I'm making a double batch, but the recipe that I put on my website will be for a single batch of this cream puff shell pastry. You're going to need 2 cups of water, 1 cup of butter, so I have 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, and we're going to be using 8 whole eggs. We're going to be starting this by putting the butter and the butter and the water in a saucepan and bringing that to a boil. So what we're going to do is meet you back over at the stove, and we'll continue once that mixture comes to the boil. Actually, we're also going to be adding the sugar and the salt to the water and the butter as well. Once that comes to a boil, we'll bring you back and we'll show you what happens next. Okay, our mixture has come to a boil, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn this down to medium-low heat. Now, this may seem a little odd if you've never made choux paste before, but you're just going to dump all of your flour in there, and you're going to stir. And it may look like a hot mess, but I promise you it's all going to come together. So just keep stirring. And you're going to want to keep this over medium heat until it begins to come together and it no longer looks shaggy, and it is like one solid lump, and you don't want to see any bits of raw flour in there. Now you can see this is changing right before your eyes. And you can see how it's starting to form a little bit of a film in the bottom of the saucepan. That's when you know you're good to go. You see how when you fold it over, it's got a nice smooth texture to it. Now we're going to move over to the mixer. Alright, now we've gone ahead and transferred our choux paste thus far into the bowl of my mixer. You can, if you're doing like a single batch, you can just do this in a deep bowl with your hand mixer. And I have done that in the past with a lot of success. You're going to let this cool just for a few minutes, just so you don't scramble that first egg when it goes in. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn my mixer on the lowest setting, and I'm going to start adding eggs. The goal here is to add eggs one at a time until the last one is fully incorporated. And there goes our last egg. And you see how it's starting to pull away? That's is when you know your dough is just about ready. You just want this thoroughly mixed. All right, now I'm gonna take this out of the bowl. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna put this in a pastry bag. So I'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and pipe these. And depending on how big you want them, you just pipe them that big. You can also use this to pipe eclairs. And like I said, you can do this with a spoon. You don't have to do this with a piping bag, but it does make it a little bit easier. I'm going to be using these for a special dessert, so I don't want them to be too small. So I'm going to go ahead and pipe them a little on the larger side because these are going to puff up while they're in the oven. And the eggs were the leavener, and what they're going to be is kind of hollow inside and absolutely delicious. So, and then I have a little bit of cool water over here because I'm going to wet my fingers and I'm going to push down these little peaks that have occurred on the top, because you don't want those. You want them to be nice and rounded on the top, and those little peaks will burn, so you don't want that to happen. Now, I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees, and we're going to bake these for 25 to 30 minutes. You want them to be nice and dry, because if you don't allow them to cook all the way through so the insides are dry, then they are going to shrivel up and look really not pleasant after they cool all the way. So into the oven these are going to go. I'll bring you back when it's time to take them out. All right, these have been in the oven for 30 minutes and they are perfect. Now, like I said, you can make these any size you like. This is about the size my mom used to make them, and you can see a couple of them are a little bit on the smaller side. Now, I have one more pan that's going to go in the oven, and I got 38 the way I piped these. So again, depending on how large you pipe yours or spoon them, that determines how many you're going to get. So if you wanted to make them a lot smaller, you would obviously get more of them. Okay, so what I want you to do is just leave them on these pans. You can test for doneness with your asbestos fingers. Pick one up, and then it's perfect. That's exactly how you want it to look. It's absolutely beautiful. You see there, it's eggy, it's dry on the inside. If you open it up and it's a little bit wet and still soggy in there, you want to pop these back in the oven for another 3 or 5 minutes. And I'm here to tell you that these are good just the way they are. You don't need to fill them with custard or whipped cream, although, you know, you could. These are delicious. They're like a little popover. These are very similar in nature to a Yorkshire pudding, except they're not, you know, cooked in beef fat. They're dry and they're delicious. They're high in protein, obviously, because of all the eggs and the butter, but these are really a treat. And I like them just the way they are, with no sugar or anything sweet on them. They're like a little dinner roll. They're absolutely delightful. So we're going to let these cool, and then I'll meet you back over at the counter and we'll just have a little wrap up. All right, there you have it. We've allowed these to cool, and I have stacked them up on a beautiful charger plate for you just so you can see what they look like. I'm going to crack one open, and I'm going to show you what it does look like on the inside. I'll take this small one down here. You know what, maybe I have a pretty large one here I want to show you. The larger ones, like I said, they're going to take a little more time to cook on the inside, and they may be a little bit soft, but don't worry about that. Now, you have two options. My mom always took a serrated knife and she sliced the top off because she wanted it to be sliced off. Now, but these do have like a natural place where they're going to tear. You can scrape. My mom always scraped them, but I don't like to do that. I like to just push it down in there because that's pretty good stuff right there. This is all eggy, delicious, doughy goodness. The possibilities here are endless. Because these are not sweet, you can use these to serve chicken salad, tuna salad, Waldorf salad on the side. Think of this like a little cup, and a beautiful presentation. You can do classic stabilized whipped cream, or like my mom always made, custard. You can do pastry cream, dip these in chocolate and stuff them with ice cream, and then turn them into what is called a profiterole. I'm going to be making a special dessert later this week. I'm going to share with you, and that's what these are going to be used for. I can't wait to share that with you. The possibilities really are endless. That is how you make beautiful and delicious cream puff shells out of choux pastry. So I hope that you learned something, and if you've always wondered how to make cream puffs, well, now you do. You can just stuff these with whatever you like. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I thank you for stopping by and watching me make classic choux pastry. If you did like the video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, and if you're not already, be sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope you give cream puff pastry dough or choux paste a try, and I hope that you love it, and until next time, I'll see ya. Sorry about that. Give that a little bit of a toss. And then what I want you to do is I want you to hit this with just a splash of that chicken stock, because it's going to help to deglaze the pan a little, and it's going to help get those mushrooms starting to release their liquid, and it's going to cook down a little bit faster.